right in the Tampa region. Hunter, it's an honor to have you here as we get our first mini tennis point started.
You're right. It's great to be here. Looks like Jacksonville won and is making Tampa serve.
Yeah, so it's a lovely way to start off. Who gets to choose serve or receive? A mini tennis point decides who gets to go first. And we've been debating who's going to get started, the server or the receiver, because we only have one serve. And for some people starting off serving, it's actually a disadvantage. But as you can see, the size from Yvonne, the Northwestern graduate, he's going to want to serve a little bit more today.
Yeah, you would think so. And the way our league works here, the winner of the point serves. So almost by definition, you want to serve more, right? Because that means you're winning more points, and that's the only way you're winning the match today.
And we see Patrick already trying to play with the aggressive game style, going for the +2. If you hit a winner, it is counting as +2, but was not rewarded there as Yvonne gives him back to serve with the fault right there.
And we're outdoors today, so we do have a little sun action. Interesting to see the sides, but Yvonne is serving right into the sun. As the day goes on, it'll become less and less conditioned. And here's our first let. We're playing those live today.
And don't worry, Mom, even though it's very sunny today, I did put on sunscreen twice.
That forehand, we got a good look at it this morning. I mean, that's a weapon for Yvonne. And a few of them have sprayed early on, but I would say he's definitely looking to set that up as this match, as we get into our first bolt here.
Yeah, but I think where that weapon comes in for him is more on the lower side. He's got more of an Eastern grip, played a lot of indoor tennis in Belarus and then in Northwestern growing up. When that ball jumps up, especially on a clay court, he seems to struggle a little bit. We're going to see if he can find that timing and if that's something Patrick wants to expose.
Yeah, and there it is. I mean, even that one was kind of in the strike zone, but a little high. And Patrick being a lefty, you know he learned. I mean, you would know this with a one-handed backhand. You know he learned how to hit that lefty forehand with a lot of spin, a lot of shape. And normally that'd be going to the backhand, but let's see if he gets that ball up to Yvonne's forehand today.
Yeah, I still say lefties ruined my career, but that's just a personal opinion. And, you know, what do you think about Yvonne? Is he nerves and we don't see him moving that well? You know, a new format, nerves get started or just bad footwork?
I think it's just right off the bat. Like right off the bat and you're right into it. So there's really no time to work into it. You know, with traditional scoring, you might pick to return and you don't have that pressure right off the bat. You kind of have a game to work yourself into it. Now, for me, I always actually like to pick serving because as the set wears on, I personally like that scoreboard pressure. But in this format, I mean, it's right off the bat. It's get up and go.
Ooh, almost. Not only just with a beautiful volley, but just missed the +2. It's a good effort there. It's worth it to go for it in the first of 3 bolts right now. Let's see what Patrick's got.
JY, I'm loving this. Oh, there you go. Bad toss, but you have to play it.
But did he flip the ball before he hit it? I mean, I don't know if the ref caught that. I would love to see a replay on that because he tossed it, caught himself, but yeah, that's one of those. We'd love to get a replay here.
Look, it's fast-paced. I don't even know if the referee is watching for football. He's got a lot on his mind right now.
Should we get him a coffee?
Yeah, we could. If it was Claudio, I'd say for sure. You know Claudio loves his espresso.
Pascal already had 5 today, so he's good.
Yeah. Well, and you'll see that. You'll see the energy. I can't believe he's not. Look at him. He's actually pretty calm at the moment.
And we see the team up here for Team Tampa trying to cheer their teammate Yvonne here. You got Emma bouncing because she's ready to go on in the next bolt, trying to stay warm. Whoa, +2 there with Yvonne. Pascal making sure that the call went his way. He is not afraid to talk to the referees. We saw that in the practice runs. He's not afraid to get in any type of conversation with anybody.
No, Pascal will talk. Look at this. Look at this. Pascal will talk to anybody.
9-7, Jacksonville.
Just got started here, and the player's already a little bit distracted by Pascal. We'll see if this affects his teammate. Claudio already clapping back at him. This is what
Claudio getting involved. This is intense right here.
We got a sub here. We got Nori Smiles that just came in for rebound. So use it.
You can move if you don't like that. Like if you do right now, because you're Tampa, he's from Jacksonville. Make some noise, do whatever you like, guys.
Look, and you can see what Nori Smiles. Look, he's waiting on the return, smiling. Look.
The team here, they're allowed to cheer, but they want to be ready to get the balls to their teammates as fast as possible.
And look, this is Nori Smiles tennis right here. When we were in Dallas this weekend and he was playing, he wasn't even playing intense format, but he was looking for winners. An aggressive player. He's going to be a guy that can get you 2 points.
You think he's going to try to steal the nickname from the forehand guy over there with that forehand?
No, he's got his nickname. Nori Smiles. Look at him. Miss the ball. Volley smiling. I mean, that's Nori smiles.
Almost called him Dr. Touch, but we're going to have to wait to see for that one a little bit more. We'll see how his movement's going to be. You know, we saw Yvonne struggling with his movement. How he got started, took a little bit. You know, Nori there having to move a little bit for the first time, a little bit stiff. That's one of the things that players and coaches need to manage here is trying to stay with him just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. And we've got some fans behind us that let Nori know there, hey, that's not what we're looking for. And that's what we want. Intense. You see on the and we've got one that's here with the team. She's about half the size of the rest of them. But she is leading the charge with the cheering.
Nori trying to play into the lefty forehand. Sometimes lefties love to run around their backhand so much they get caught when they're attacked to the forehand side, but that did not work for Nori. A couple big forehands from Martina, and then he comes in for the +2, but then gives it back. All right, so they're still up 15-11 here in this first bolt.
And this is where, if you're Tampa, you know, this is only the first bolt, so it's not the end of the world if you're down, but you don't want to get too far down. There's 2 points to cut into the lead, but you don't want to get too far down. At the same time, you want to pick up the pace maybe a little bit here and just keep it close.
So we see here when you get a winner, it's +2, you go back and play on the same side. Play because
all right, Jacksonville still up by a point right now, leading 15-14.
4 points.
Serve and volley, picking up the pace. Yeah, as you...
Tampa ties it up at 15.
Come over there. He is
There we go, intensifiers.
stressed. He knows. But Eddie is what he does best, and you can see it in the play of Patrick. You know, we've seen a couple winners from the other side of the team, but Patrick just doesn't get phased.
Yeah, we talked to Claudio in our pregame show. He came out and spent some time with us, and we asked him about his philosophy on substitution and his role as a coach.
Ooh, +2 there by Nori, way to come in and sneak it out.
And Claudio was saying, he kept using the word empathy. You have to empathize with your players. And then he actually gave us a vocabulary lesson on the Greek roots of the word. And it means to be one with someone. And I'm wondering if he's one right now with Pavel. I mean, maybe there it is. I called it. There's the sub.
One thing that for sure Claudio is one with is the book world. And we're talking about his great interest in reading, learning. He's also written a couple books that are being translated from Italian to English. International person, coached the Japanese, coach the Davis Cup team. So, great experience here.
He's been around the game forever. And there we go. We've got Coach Pascal chirping the forehand guy because as he misses a forehand, and maybe rightfully so.
He's trying to play into the forehand. I don't know if that was going to work out. I think that's more if he just wants to send a message. I got a better forehand than you, bud.
And Tampa's done well. They were down 5 a little earlier, and now they have the 3-point lead. But we've got 2 players that didn't start this bolt, and I think that's the cool thing about Intense. It's like it's just always changing.
Pascal trying to slow Nori down a little bit. You know, but while Martin probably wants to play a little bit faster so he can get warmed up.
It's got to be tough. It's really got to be tough for Martin coming in and playing against a guy like Nori, who is so explosive, but is also warm, right? Martin's coming in, and it's only been, 6 or 8 minutes by the time I think he came in about the 3-minute mark. So it's not like he was, sitting around forever, but you come in and a guy that's, been playing for the last 2 minutes. It's difficult to come into that, especially against a...
Well, we talked about how last night after, we were talking about serve bots and the effect that they can have on a player. I mean, have you ever played any serve bots before? And if you did, what was that like?
I played a guy named John Isner. You probably heard of him. He was a good player in his own right, and much more than a serve bot. Although you'd probably classify him in that category.
Oh, he's the GOAT.
Yeah. And I'll tell you the hardest thing about it wasn't the pace. It wasn't the pace of the serve, but it was where you had to make contact. You're making contact, above your head with a flat serve. It's just a different look.
25-16 here for the Tampa team. Jacksonville got off to the first early start. Now Nori's just on fire there, so he's going to let the clock run out. Take the Bolt, win 25-16, but it is total score overall. Still a lot to be played, so maybe he could have snuck out an extra point. We'll see if that comes back and matters at the end of the day.
We've got 2 minutes here between bolts.
You know, there's one thing I love about kids at a sporting event is their energy. It is their ability to scream out when you're not supposed to, except at Intense, there is no not supposed to. So you keep on.
Pascal was down. Nori was up from a couple points, but really turned it around. Ends up with a 9-point lead going into the second bowl.
It's hard because,
That's right.
take a
Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to hydrate as that sun back out. And even in early February, it's Florida.
Take away their confidence. And Chin, better he got, better they play.
Now, we do want to remind you guys of some of the details about what makes Intense different.
Nori is over here in front of us interacting with fans. All coaches can have if they buy into that, right? And now,
Well, it's not exactly the way that traditional tennis is played. That's right.
Audio out, on the middle of the court.
You think he's going
to So basically, you can hit a
now? I mean, what would you do?
If the net court is working with you on that day. The receiver always has to be ready and play at the pace of the server. So if you're not in place and that server serves, you're not there, guess what? You just lost the point. We allow 2 team substitutions per bolt. There's a 60-second stop clock at the end of the bolt, 120-second timeout between bolts, and 2 points for clean winners. So definitely some intense reasons why you would like to hit a clean winner. Basically call it like the intense version of a 3-pointer in basketball. Here's a 20-second timer in between points to get that serve up, but as you can tell, we very rarely ever need to utilize that.
And that's actually a good segue into Martin, actually. We were talking this weekend, and he shared with us, like, one of the things he's most proud of in his tennis journey is when he started at Barry University, he was not in a lineup, singles or doubles, just worked his way into the lineup.
Ooh, Nori there catching that Patrick was not ready on the right side. They had to play on the ad side with the odd number. Didn't work out, but that's one of the strategies that we're going to see today.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. And just to finish up on Martin, he started not in either lineup, ended up working his way into the lineup in singles and doubles, and by the end of it, his career was an All-American in doubles. I think that's just a testament to his work ethic and his motivation to just be the best he can be.
Well, I mean, how were you as a junior? I mean, were you one of those juniors that had a great career right away, or did you develop later? A lot of times people freak out if they don't develop right away. What was your career like?
Yeah, I played baseball when I was young, played a lot of sports, ended up kind of picking tennis later in life. Started playing tournaments when I was 14, which is relatively late for quote unquote the elite tennis player. And I just worked hard. I had a great coach. Ended up kind of making a big jump when I was 17. Started looking at colleges and had Tennessee. I was fortunate enough to get a chance there, and I'd like to say I made the most of it. Yeah.
Yvonne comes in fresh there. Nori taken out, and Yvonne comes in very big. This was the matchup that Patrick was able to take advantage of early, but Pascal wanted to give Yvonne another chance. Interesting with the format here. Chris came out with great energy, fist pumps. Maybe too much energy, and Pascal wants to protect him a little bit and give him a break here.
It's going to be a long day, yeah, and you are going to see, I don't think anyone's going to mistake Yvonne for smiles. We'll put it that way. But that forehand, the 2-pointer he hit 2 points ago, that's what we were talking about early on. And if PJ wants to avoid that, he does have to get the ball out of the strike zone. But at the end of the day, we got to make some serves.
21-29, Tampa in the lead here. A lot of time left, but still the lead's getting a little bit bigger. And we see a little bit of trade of faults. Both aggressive players here. Patrick understanding that if he leaves a short hand, Yvonne's going to go for it. So we'll see how they manage this moving forward.
We had the DJ chirp the players there a little bit, talking about we got to make some serves. There we go. Just getting a point started goes a long way.
He says we want crazy. We need crazy. That's intense.
I think what Jacksonville's lacking most right now is someone to match up with this cheerleader they got at the net. I mean, she is just bringing the energy. She's starting chants in the middle of points.
Patrick there looking at the scoreboard to make sure how much time he has left and what side to return on. Huge lefty forehand, one he back. Did he make it? No, that was wide.
All right, Tampa.
Claudio starting to talk a little bit right here.
Let's see if Jacksonville can close the distance. Huge kick up with the one-handed backhand.
I think Claudio is telling Pascal he's going to get him some hearing aids.
Yeah, Claudio and Pascal. I want to see the players bring this kind of energy. I mean, they're really focused on their teams, and you can kind of see the personal relationship that Pascal and Claudio have. And of course, it's all in good fun. They're having a good time. They go way back in the world of tennis. But it's cool to see
with a good return, a little bit more ready here. Serving volley is quite an aggressive play here with only one serve. Any guy that's going to do it here today, it's going to be Ivan.
Right on the baseline there. Chance for a two-pointer. Ivan went for it.
31-27. Now the lead is run from 9-4.
See a sub back into.
He's
We're gonna see it. I know it's getting out of hand. If we're gonna see a sub back into Smiles, or we're gonna maybe save him. You know, honestly, Pascal might be saving him for that third bolt to see if they can run away with it, because we haven't touched on it yet. But the scoring format today, as you can see, this is the second bolt of the men's singles. But the score is going to continue to run. And after the men's singles, we're going to play the women's singles and then the mixed doubles. Each of those disciplines is going to be individually scored, but the winner of today's match is going to be the aggregate score from all of those put together. So really every point matters.
Big forehand by Patrick. You know, we've seen 2 points though. You know, that even though Patrick has won them, you know, Pascal talking a little bit too much and distracting even me here, that, you know, he's a little bit unwilling to get to the net.
Yeah.
You're a net guy. I mean, do you think it is play, it's slower surface? Should he try to play a little bit more aggressive or not?
You know, I think it's a combination. Look, you can't change your style. And when we watch these guys, look, PJ wants to hit forehands. He wants to hit these lefty forehands. You can see him building.
The controversial call here. Referee has to check the mark.
Checking the mark.
What's going to happen here? Even the referee looks a little unsure. They get.
Yep.
Serve was in.
Service.
Jacksonville takes the lead now. Are we going to see a sub now from Ivan to come out? He struggled today. Nori was on point. There's still a lot of time, but do you want to just keep Nori fresh to see what's going to happen? Patrick is able to find Ivan's backhand significantly better right now and puts him on the run.
Yeah. Look, PJ's
called for the sub there.
I don't know if that's allowed. I guess we're just going to roll with it. But he said, yeah, coach, it's time. And here comes Smiles.
Substitution right there for Tampa.
Patrick playing great tennis right now, keeping her in the second bowl.
Serving big. Well, I mean, you know, you only have one serve here, so we mentioned it in the pregame show. You kind of have to pick when you want to go for it, when you want to just make sure you make it, right? And we have seen him miss some serves. It's been a bit erratic today. Oh, I thought that was the old commentator's curse there. But serving pretty big.
There's one thing you can count on from Aussies. They can all serve well. I mean, even Denard, it's not the biggest time, but they all serve well.
I don't know what it is. It's in the water or something. Maybe it's the sun down there.
It's the coffee.
The coffee. It could be the coffee. But they serve, and what else do they do? They volley. But PJ's just not. He's just unloading on that lefty forehand. I mean, in 15 minutes of play, maybe he's hit 3 backhands.
And he's playing bigger and bigger now because he's got a little bit of a lead, so he's a little bit more willing to go for it. It didn't work out, but he's loosening up. And now Nori comes in, more under pressure, a bit cold, trying to play for the +2. You know, manage it a little bit.
Yeah, and I think this is really, really cool seeing. You know, this is the advantage of of almost keeping a player in and not pulling the substitution, because then you do work yourself into that rhythm. And you actually see him taking a bit more time before that point. He is slowing down his pace of play. It looks like he's a little tired, but at the same time, if you're in that rhythm, maybe you just keep rolling with it.
I mean, Patrick just making some great decisions here because he didn't want to give up the +2 there and just leave the ball hanging just because he was on defense. He's going for it. He's feeling it. Still got the lead, 37-35.
Claudia letting us know that the clock is stopped. But here, we've got it rolling again. So there was some free points there. I think we're probably just going to roll with it. There were free points there played, but it won't. At the end of the day, we're playing a long time. It's not going to make a difference in the end.
I think Deep Seeker's trying to hack our system.
Could be. Look, Nori's a guy. Nori Smiles a guy. I think he can come in and play like at will. He's a guy. It looks like just his game style. He's going to step up on the court, and he's going to play his way at all times. Cold, warm, tired, fresh, doesn't matter.
Great lefty hook forehands. I swear, I hate lefties. I wish I was lefty because that hook forehand is just nasty.
It's a cheat code.
A cheat code.
It's a cheat code, yeah. Maybe, what we should propose is potentially banning
Yeah, no, didn't miss an opportunity there for a nice, clean, easy winner.
Backhand, you can't do it. You got to play righty.
If you're playing against, so if you're left-handed, you're not allowed to be put into a match against a righty one-hander. So that
under 6 feet.
Under 6 feet tall. Okay.
Sorry, Yvonne.
Pointer. At this point, you just. I don't know. Maybe you just missed that on purpose. He's really tough. We don't see a sub here.
Look at that jump.
You gotta see a sub here, right?
3 minutes in before getting into the next point.
And you have 2 subs per bolt. So and it's a timeout. We haven't seen a timeout either. It's maybe wasn't a bad time to call one there.
Yeah, and here we see.
We are tied at 39 apiece. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Cheer your team on right now.
They have the experience. They did this sport before. They know their body as well. And, you talk about the
being with his feet. That's what he's spotting right now.
All right, tied again at
I think that smile. You can't love this guy.
Yeah, Nori Smiles. Nori Smiles should be the face of this league. You're the voice. I know that. I'm not going to take that away from you, but Nori Smiles could be the face.
Yeah, but you're the dub special. Right?
Okay.
Oh, did he make it?
Wow. So, I mean, that could be a message about, hey.
I want to see what you have here. Come on.
Tampa extending that lead now 43-40. 1:37 left.
Who is the forehand guy?
The coaching rivalries in Intense is going to be hilarious all year long. Let me tell you.
Yeah. You are the forehand guy. Tampa.
Blinding everybody.
I am?
Oh, yeah.
We've got to back up Pascal for this time.
That's the sunscreen up there. He's smart underneath this.
And the serve guy. 45-40. Tampa.
All right, Jacksonville. Pascal is over here calling Glory the forehand guy. He's the backhand guy. He's the serve guy. What other guys are you about to be right now?
The overhead guy.
He's the overhead guy. He's the, I guess he's the out guy now, too.
Yeah, man. 46-41, Tampa.
Brother, how are you doing over there, brother? 47-41. Just past the outswitch reach. Oh, all right. Bringing it in to point number 2. This is intense right here. Score currently is 47-42. And guys, who likes a free swag? Nobody? Come on, gotta give me a little bit more life than that if you want a free t-shirt. You gotta give me a little bit more life than that to get a free t-shirt for one of these intensifiers. They're coming out there. Put your hand up, let them know that you want something. That's the only way to get it in life. You gotta put your hand up. Make some noise, get some attention. Well, hold on. As a matter of fact, Pascal, I think it would sound so much better for you saying that.
Hey, I want to welcome Ann Grossman in the house. And thanks for coming. She's going to be helping the team, I guarantee you that.
All right, well, anytime Pascal needs some help, that is saying something. So, man, that just speaks about how much of a legend you are. So, just watch this guy. Keep him in check. It's hard to do, I know. All right, we're coming up with more. Once again, this is Intense. Check it out at intense.com. We're adding more teams all the time. As a matter of fact, I want to give a big shout out to Hunter from the Knoxville team. They're going to be having an event in March. Can't wait to see what that's going to be like. It's going to be a phenomenal event. As he said, listen, it is a balls type of town, but Intense is exactly what Knoxville needs. It is a great city. He's trying to move us all up there, he told me. That's his secret plan. But in the meantime, we can go up there and at least check a match out before we decide to pack the house up. I just finished moving this week, so you won't see me there, not moving anytime soon. But I'll definitely come for the Intense match, and that is for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, want to remind you we got the icy guy out front. As a matter of fact, it's getting a little hotter. I think I could use one myself. I see some of those cups. That looks delicious. Got all types of cups and flavors. Yeah, DJ Madlings definitely needs to get one of those. It's a beautiful day here at the SVV. Brand new home to the Patrick Rodriguez Academy. There are going to be many, many future Intense players coming from that program. Get a chance to come back out here and enjoy some of the wonderful programs here. This is the 2021 award-winning facility from the USTA. Take a walk around and you can see exactly why.
Let's go, Jack!
Huge forehand there, but Norrie saves it for being a clean winner and saving his team a point.
All right, 47-46 here for the Tampa team. We're at minute 8:30 into the third and final bolt here. So the interesting thing here for this last third bolt is that at the 5-minute mark, they switch sides. We are outdoors. The sun does matter. The wind matters. The elements matter. So they're going to have an equal chance to play on both sides.
That left-handed serve has always been an Achilles heel, especially in the act going out wide. Baton taking full advantage of it there.
You know, one of the things that I noticed when
Good job from the Jacksonville intensifiers. Baton called for a ball in the tower. Boom! It was right there. Huge return for Larry there, putting the pressure on the server, getting the point. We are tied
And
once
almost
again
let
at 38 apiece.
let him call the sub as we saw in the second play.
Well, and with the score this close here, I mean, you really want to take your time. Really smart here. Ball kid is part of the team, helping him get to the towel quicker. He's got 15 more seconds to serve. You know, this is really smart coaching, really smart playing.
Yeah, this is when it matters.
I believe this is the first time I've seen the intensifiers with the towels.
We've got a little bit of a
necessary to make sure that they're
scenery change here. We've changed to behind the court. And I like this view. As he's got 4 balls coming at him.
But I do love the intensity. You get that? Intensity.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Jacksonville on a 3-point run right now, taking that lead to 51-48. And Yatsu off the big one-handed backhand, pulling the point, getting themselves back within 2.
That was taught, you know, a little late in my career, you know, but these Europeans that grew up on the red clay, they know how to use the open stance both on the forehand and the backhand, and they've really, you know, modernized the game with those moves.
Yeah, 100%. And you would have grown up on outdoor, but it's just different when you learn how to play on clay, on real red clay. I don't mean this isn't real clay, but on red European or South American clay, you learn how to move on the angles, and I think you're seeing even as a big guy like Ivan. Now the serve and volley he may not be as comfortable doing.
Yeah, and
He's
that's a
missed
risky
it.
play. Did he miss it?
He's missed the pass.
The ref missed it. They got to check the mark. He sees the mark there. Again, I was about to say that I don't think Ivan's won a single serve and volley point. And then here I go and I'm wrong.
Now, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Clearly he's not insane, though, because now they got to lead 52-51.
I mean, you can see it.
That's a
PJ
smart way to come in there.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And there's PJ calling his, oh, it's the 5-minute. We're swapping sides here. Okay, so we've got the 5-minute timeout built in. And I wonder if we're going to see, look, Martin's almost asking to come in. He wants to play. He wants to help his team win this men's singles bowl.
He's got his racket in his hand, but Claudio, we don't see it, you know, because it looked like right there that Patrick was looking for this sub, but maybe this little short break. Again, you're supposed to do it pretty continuously. We'll see how this affects. Ivan's confident, breathing a little harder because he's finally playing a lot of points. And we'll see how that's going to affect the last 5 minutes of this bolt.
Yeah. This is what it comes down to, and this is what we want, a 3-point differential going into the last bowl. If you look at the score, now I know there's been 2-pointers today, but not a ton. If you look at the score, we've played 105 points in 15 minutes of tennis, right? Just think about like that. Let that sink in. I mean, it doesn't feel like a circus out here. It's not this ultra fast pace like nothing. I mean, this is tennis, but it's non-stop tennis, right? I think that's so fun out here.
What did you get your degree in? Because I think it's 25 minutes of play, not 15.
Well, it wasn't math, I'll tell you that.
Well, you used Microsoft Excel in college, so, I mean, who does math anymore?
Wow. Oh my
no,
gosh.
no.
At that point, I think you just challenged the ref to call you on a reach. Go ahead and reach over and take the 2 points.
And that's just stress right there, you know.
Shocking error.
It's just the mind racing so fast. He's breathing hard. There's the most amount of points he's played all day. And you can see just too many decisions. How many times did that happen to you? You get a ball floating up, you think of 75 different things you could do, and you end up doing the worst one.
I think I can honestly say that has never happened to me.
Yvonne's breathing hard. Are we going to go for the sub here? You know, we're a little bit closer here to the Tampa side now. Patrick looks freshened up with that little changeover.
Now, I think if you're Pascal, you really are trying to get Yvonne to play a few more points and get Nori Smiles in for the end. I mean, I think you want him. He's your team captain. He's the only permanent member of the team right now, and I think you want him in ending the men's singles today.
Why do you think that Patrick just changed rackets and Martin just tossed him a racket there? Why would he change rackets at this point?
You know, he did it a little earlier too. We didn't comment on it. I think it's the grip. He said he threw the racket to Martin, and Martin looked disgusted holding the grip. So I think it's just getting slippery, wet, and he needs a fresh one.
Yvonne really wanting that ball. Did you have any superstitions when you were playing?
Where do I start? We don't have enough time from now until the end of today to talk about all the things I did. You know, the biggest one, and to this day it still persists. I can't step on a line. I will step over a line. I'll step around it. And that's a normal one, but yeah, I can't step on a line on a tennis court.
Big plus two, and now we see Yvonne is the one taking the clock down, taking his time. They got the lead here. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to decide this third bolt.
JY, I want to comment on your fashion out here. I mean, you're looking good. You've got the full suit here. What do you think? What do you think about the pink shirts for Team Tampa?
I like the black and pink a little bit more. It's a little bit of a gray, but I do like the style they're going. You know, I think if they had the black a little bit darker and the pink a little bit brighter, I think they'd be up big.
Yeah, we talked to Pascal, and Pascal was very proud of it. He was the one that picked the pink, and very proud of his choice. As we see a sub for Team Jacksonville.
And we see Yvonne not serving the ball anymore, using more of a kick serve, taking a little bit of pace off. And Martin coming in cold, he's going to have to do something big here in this last 2 minutes.
You hear Nori Smiles and Coach Pascal on the sideline saying, take your time, breathe. And Nori just said, breathe. And I think that's important. You do have the lead. You know the clock's going to stop for the last minute. So with the lead, you do kind of want to bleed this last minute where the clock is running, right? And we have our first time out of the day by Claudio.
Martin just flustered, trying to figure out what happened there. He's like, I finally won a point. Why are we stopping?
Coach, let me roll. Let me run with it. Yeah, it's interesting there because Yvonne definitely, you've just made your sub, right? So why would you call a timeout there and give Yvonne, you know, almost a breather when you've got fresh legs in the game? I don't know if I agree with that coaching decision.
You know, I think Claudio saw Martin playing pretty aggressive. I know it worked out on that point, but there's 1:45 left. You got Yvonne who's tired in the last minute of the third bolt. The clock stops after every point. And also, it's total score, not individual point, individual bolt. So, you know, you don't want to play rush tennis to win one bolt. You want to play smart and just do what you got to do because it's the overall score.
Yep. And with 6 points differentiating them right now, you know, and really that's only 3 if we play for the 2-pointers here. So I mean, it's anybody's game going into this last 45 seconds before our stoppage play.
Yeah, look at Martin taking a little bit of pace off, trying to
make
Yvonne move.
Wow. The one-e down the line.
Pascal giving Claudio a little bit right there. How about them apples?
Nori Smiles over here. He wants to be the ref. He's not understanding why the clock stopped there. And to be fair, it was a mistake by the referee. He's signed up. He's on the wrong side serving.
Is he gonna go for the?
I think he is. I think he's gonna quickly step over to the ad side. No, he's not. He's just going to serve to the wrong court, and that's a fault.
Yeah, that's a fault right there. What a smart
Serving
play
by
side. Yvonne. We talked about this in the pregame. We saw this yesterday in the junior trials that they took advantage of that and trying to trick them. Martin, you know, just, again.
He fell for it. Although, yeah. Look. 3, 2. just gets the serve off, but that's smart clock management now. And now we're starting stoppage time. So the clock is running because we're in a point, but as soon as this point ends, the clock should stop, and it won't start again until a point is played, until the next serve is hit.
Ivan trying to take some time there.
That was a weird shot.
Did he miss it? Yeah, he missed it. Yeah, but not a bad idea. Just kind of cutting 2 seconds off the clock there.
Yeah, but there's so much stoppage time there. With the power that Ivan got, why not just go for it? You know, because you're not going to win the point off that, and you're going to keep running. You're tired. And you see, this is
Again, smart play there. Just grounding that ball, not giving up the 2-pointer. And now the clock. Yeah, we've got clock issues going on right now.
deep seeker again.
That's it. Tight
the rest
call.
here?
We're gonna have the referee maybe come look at it, maybe not.
Look at it. Crowder's trying to get him to ask for it.
Yeah.
Martin should push for this a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
that was close.
That was close. I would have asked to see that mark.
Is that a Northwestern call?
Yeah, well, he's used to those indoor courts at Northwestern and don't leave a mark. So just call it, get the ball, and serve the next point.
Is that what you guys did at UT?
I don't know what you're talking about, JY.
End of this vault. Rules are a little bit different here with the
Man,
clock stoppage between points.
I'm feeling this. DJ Link's over there. He's got the music to fit the environment. This last minute, you can feel it. You can feel it.
It's like those movie scenes, right? Where you know
Yeah. Something's about to happen.
You know, 65-58. They put Patrick in nice and fresh. See if we can get a couple plus twos here with Ivan being tired. I wonder if they
Take it out of the air.
We talked
Smart.
about it, and there's
Smart.
the plus two. We talked
Smart.
about that.
Yep, and now that clock stops. You take your time. No need to rush. No need to rush. Take your time. Set this point up.
Huge energy by Claudio there.
And set up the comeback here.
65-60.
That's out. There's another free one. And so only 1 second comes off the clock there.
Coach Pascal sticking with his man.
Look at Nori. Nori's over there with the racket in his hand. Nori smiles, wants to finish this one for his team. And I think right now, if you're Pascal, you might bring him in. You know, there's only 18 seconds. Bring in your starter, bring in your captain, and give it fresh legs for these last couple seconds.
I think this is a little bit of a long-term play here. You know, you finally got Ivan here on a big roll, giving his team the lead here, and he's just going to allow him. But Ivan's making some questionable decisions because this could be a +2 right here.
Yeah,
Again, it's not about individual
still
bolts.
only five seconds. And the way this works, regardless of what happens, no, see, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. Only 1 second should come off the clock there. I don't know, because they don't realize that the clock doesn't run. So PJ tried to run fast, tried to go fast there, and just donated the point, not realizing that the clock stops in between points. So,
and when you miss a serve, when the clock is stopped, 1 second does come off the clock.
No matter what.
1 second left. We're going to play through the final clock here, and the men's singles match completes here with Tampa coming from behind, taking the lead for their team 68-63.